So the best way to talk about momentum, if you've been listening to us for a while, have you been? Esther was shocked and amazed at the hills in San Francisco. She couldn't believe people actually lived on those hills. And she was even more surprised when she saw that they were driving on them. So imagine being at the top of one of those hills, and you've decided that you're going to give yourself a real personal experience in momentum. So you take your car out of gear and you take the parking brake off and you just nudge it just a little bit just to see what will happen. And then right away you realize that you know what's going to happen and you change your mind about it. So you step right out in front of your car and you let it bump up against you. Doesn't even hurt. And it stops. And then you get back in and you set the parking brake and you say, yeah, that wasn't a very good idea. Because if you waited to try to stop the momentum of that vehicle, if you went to the bottom of the hill and tried to stop it, not a good idea. And yet that's what you sometimes do with beliefs that you hold. You try to stop a belief that's been barreling down the hill for a while, path of least resistance, and you say, oh, this belief doesn't serve me, I'm just going to think something different. And we say it is unlikely that you are just going to change your thought that rapidly. But it is helpful if you understand how it all works. And it's really helpful if you care about how you feel. Because if you care about how you feel, then you're going to begin to guide more of your thoughts in accordance with what feels good, which means you're going to begin to guide more of your thoughts in accordance with what has less resistance, which means you're going to be in a place where you're going to have more people walking around the corner with the key to more things that you want, because you are not vibrationally blocking it with beliefs that are not letting them in. You're following that, aren't you? So we're eager to talk with you about whatever it is you want to talk about. Don't worry about us. We will wedge our message in the crack. We just want you to understand that it's all about vibration and that it's much easier than you have been allowing it to be for yourself. And that from this point forward, within about 30 days of just paying attention to the way you feel, you can get a whole different vibrational set point going on, which means you're going to be different in this world to every relationship that you have with everything than you have ever been before. Because you're going to begin to offer different vibrational frequencies, which means your point of attraction is going to yield different things to you. There's just one thing that we want to say to you at the beginning of this. And this is a sort of, to help you to recognize that none of these words are really helpful to you at all unless something that you are living matches up with these words. So many of the things that you will hear from us today, you will feel resonance with them because the source within you knows them, and because your belief system is not in such opposition to them, you're allowing that knowing to flow through. When you feel true resonance with something, that means no resistance, and the whole of you is having this moment. But some things will challenge a little bit because you don't believe them yet. You don't believe in your prosperity as we know from seeing your vortex. You don't believe in your abundance of all things that you want in the way that we do. And so it's going to take some life experience that's going to help you to understand that. But here's how it works. When you think on purpose and then life experience delivers the results that you thought you would get from thinking on purpose, that is the best living that you can live. That's the best understanding that you can get, you see. Because words don't teach, it's only life experience. We're going to give you a piece of something that will help you so well, because if you are accepting that you live in a vibrational universe, do you? And if you are accepting that in this vibrational universe that law of attraction is the manager of that and that you are getting what you are thinking about, do you accept that? Then this is going to be very helpful to you. When you slumber, when you're asleep, your momentum stops. It subsides. Isn't that nice to know? Do you like knowing that? We like knowing that. We like you knowing that. We really, really want you to know that, because what that means is when you awaken in the morning, you are wobble free. When you awaken in the morning, you don't have vibrational discord. And by wobble, we mean when you think about what you're wanting and then you think about the absence of what you're wanting, you're offering two vibrational frequencies at the same time, which causes a wobble in your vibration. When you think about what you want, only about what you want, law of attraction is going to add momentum to that, and what you want is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger until there's going to be a manifestation point. People who you see around you who are really thriving in incredible ways are those who don't have wobble in their vibration. They know what they want. They think about what they want. They don't doubt what they want. They believe what they want. So they're not introducing contradictory vibration. We've been calling that resistance through the years. Today we want to call it your wobble, because we want you to realize that you can do something about the wobble. When you say, I want that, I really want that, I've always wanted that, I really want that, I really want that, I've wanted that a long time, it starts to wobble. In fact, I really, really want this thing that I do not have. Wobble, 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 wobble. I want it, and you know, I'm not the only one who wants it. A lot of people want it. Can you feel the wobble getting bigger and bigger and bigger? It's just not right. So many of us who want this thing that we don't have, can you feel how big the wobble is getting? And so you can tell by the way you feel. When you have strong negative emotion about something, you've got a big time wobble going on. A wobble that is resistance, that is preventing you from the vibrational realization of what you want. Now, what that means is, when we say vibrational realization, haven't you wondered? You have to have wondered. You just surely have to have wondered. If you've been listening to us for a while. Have you been listening to us for a while? We know. And as you've been listening to us for a while, and we've been talking to you about you create your own reality, you have to have wondered, all right, Abraham, I'll play your silly game. I'll do that process and that one and that one. I'll do a better job of lining up my vibration. I even accept the ridiculous thing you draw out here in the air that you call the vortex. I'll even accept that, maybe. But you have to have wondered, how do those ideas, how do those desires, how do those hopes and dreams, how do those vibrational realities, how do they get into your real life experience? How do you turn those thoughts to things? How do they become relationships and experiences? How do I get the money in the bank, Abraham? In the bank. I want to get it out of the vortex and into the bank, okay? How do I do that? And the way you do it is through the natural laws of the universe. The way you do it is by not keeping it out of the bank. That's the thing that we want you to understand. You just got to let the door open. You stop keeping it out of the bank. Now, how's that? Don't do that anymore. That's not what we're saying. We want to talk about what you are wanting to do. So the way that things move or become from an idea, from a vibrational reality into something that you are realizing is that you have to tune your frequency to the realization of it. Now, we know you didn't want to hear that, but we needed to tell you that. You are the realizers. That's the best word that Esther can find. That's how manifestations occur. You realize them. You realize them by finding a frequency. And at first, when you find it, it feels weird to you. Maybe it feels a little exciting for a moment. In fact, that's a moment of recognizing the full potential of your desire. You feel exhilarated about it for a moment. But if you don't shoot it in the foot, if you don't wrestle it to the ground and kill it with reality, if you don't but it to death, but what about this? What about this? Esther said to us in the beginning, Abraham, it's true. This thing that I know that you don't want me to talk about is a true thing. Don't you think that I should at least acknowledge that it is a true thing? And we said, there are all kinds of things in this world that are true that you want to live. And there are all kinds of things that are true in this world that you don't want to live. We would let whether you want to live them or not be the criteria for whether you give your attention to them. But Abraham, Esther said, it's such a big world and there are so many things out there. Am I supposed to put my head in the sand? We said, yes, and meditate. Am I supposed to put my head in the sand and just pretend that those things aren't happening? And we say, you have choice in all of that. Just know that when you give your attention to things, momentum ensues. And eventually, you can create a belief that is so strong that it will become your reality. You can also create a desire that is so strong that it can become your reality. So what's happening to you? What really happens? What makes the difference? Is your belief so strong Or is your desire so strong? How does that play out? And we say, law of attraction gives you the exact balance that you've got going on. You can go a long way in cleaning up those desires. You can go a long way in improving those beliefs. You can go a long way in sifting and sorting your now reality, looking for positive aspects. You can go a long way in looking at what is and finding the things that feel the best. In other words, you have much more discernment. You have much more capability to offer vibration than you've been practicing. And we've written a lot of books with a lot of processes to help you practice. And we are impressed with the application that you've been offering. But today we want to say to you, it's so much easier if when you wake up in the morning, you just say to yourself, I could be wobble free. I'm wobble free for now. I'm wobble free. I don't have to bring into this day the things that were bothering me yesterday. I don't have to do, oh, there it is. I brought it in already. When we first started talking to Esther about this, she didn't make it till breakfast before she was wobbling all over the place. Because you got lots to think about, and you've got these practiced thoughts. And we don't want you to be hard on yourself about beliefs that aren't serving you. But we do want you to be aware of what beliefs you have that serve you and what beliefs that don't. Esther will find herself moving through a day, and all of a sudden she'll find herself not feeling so good. Sort of this subtle feeling of discomfort. And she will stop now and say, oh, I just uncovered something that I apparently have been thinking about long enough that it surfaced just now. What was I just thinking about that gave me that funny feeling in my stomach? Because when that happens, that's a little piece of resistance that is showing itself to you. And we're not really encouraging that you sit down right then and try to talk yourself out of it, because you will only add momentum to it. But recognizing it, and then at first opportunity, identifying what it is that you do want relative to that. And then the next day, start out thinking about what you do want. You will really be pleased with how quickly you can shift the vibrational frequency of your habits of thought. You can change your beliefs. Your beliefs are only thoughts that you keep thinking. And you don't have to continue to think unhelpful beliefs. Esther will say, well, that was unpleasant and unnecessary. Unnecessary, unpleasant, and unnecessary. So what we're really saying to you is, it is our powerful desire that you love yourselves as we love you, enough that you are willing to stop torturing yourself with unpleasant thoughts, that you will stop accepting negative emotion as just the way life has to be. You say things like, these are hard times. They are not hard times. You say things like, the economy's bad. The economy is not bad. Economy is an individual thing, and there are those who are thriving. Might as well be you. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. It is delightful to come together with those like you who are exploring and considering and concluding and aligning and allowing. Be easy about all of it. Don't let our ranting and shouting make you believe that this is a difficult thing. It is our desire that hear us, and you did, and it is our desire that you know your well-being, and you will. But it is our most powerful desire that you accept that right here and now is where all of your power is, because it's your power to feel your contradiction or your resonance. Here and now is your power to feel your emotion. So you can feel whether you're in sync with your well-being and your true knowing, or whether you're out of sync with it. It's really a simple choice. And the more you care about whether you're in sync or not, and the more you reach for thoughts that bring you in alignment, then the better you'll feel, and the more momentum will ensue, and the more dynamic your life will feel, and the more value you will hold for others, because we all teach through the clarity of our example, don't we? There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain stubbornly remembering we are complete.
What a nice day. Woo! Yes, I know. Yeah. All right, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Bye. Thank you. And then, yeah.